Hi there, Libra. I'm Jennifer Angel. This is your October report. So let's see what's going on. So there's a lot of activity happening. It's almost like a little traffic jam in there. We've got the Sun, Venus, and Mercury is going to move into your sign on the 11th. So it's exciting time. Also right opposite you in your relationship zone on the 9th, there's going to be a full moon. And I love this because it just helps to move forward, and before you can move forward, generally there's decisions to be made, and you're good at making decisions because you do that whole to and fro thing and analyze it out. And so this is really one of your strengths, unless of course you get stuck in that, and then it's called procrastination, which is sort of like the textbook for the Libra, but you can't believe everything you read, right? So before it gets to that point of procrastination, then, it's a really, really good skill that you have. And right now, with so much happening, then, yeah, you want to sort of use that. But the full moon is like, it's when the moon and the sun are opposite. So the sun is in your sign, the moon is in your relationship area. And it just brings things to a head in a lot of ways so you can deal with it. If you don't ever notice what's going on enough to be self-aware and then to have that discussion, then nothing sort of changes. It doesn't mean to say it goes away. So if there's an issue, it just sort of sits under the surface and bubbles up. So, right now, particularly as Mercury is coming out of retrograde right at the beginning of the month, and, we'll move into your sign, this is going to be like a good time to just get that together, have a heart-to-heart if you need to with someone, and, just work it out in a favorable fashion. Also, in this area of your chart, opposite in your love zone is Jupiter. See the symbol, I just couldn't bring up the name. And Jupiter is the planet of abundance and expansion. So it's the planet of growth as well. So it's abundance and expansion with all things, as well as your inner wisdom and your growth. I mean, Jupiter really is the planet of the soul in my mind. I don't think that is in the textbook. And so it's a time where you can do a lot of personal involvement. And for you right now, Libra, with so much happening in your sign, it's about you, and happening opposite your sign, it's about relationships. Now there's quite a few what we call trines this month, and I guess there are every month. There just seems to be more this month, and we love the trine because it's like an easy passage. It's like it opens up the path of least resistance, and in that sense, it's really, a lot of it is around your home and family, where you can make headway in that area. And also in just connecting with people, both for your personal life and your professional life. In fact, for professional life, it can mean that some changes can take place that will be solid changes and build strong foundations, because Saturn is in this area of your chart, and Saturn is coming out of its retrograde transit. So if things feel like they've been a little bit slow, which they can with all the retrograde going on, because Pluto is also retrograde, coming out of retrograde on the 8th. So we've got this little sort of pocket of the 8th, 9th, and 10th, 11th happening with lots of activity, and for the most part, very positive activity. I mean, the full moon does create a little bit of a challenge in letting things go, and we don't always like to let things go. So that's a challenge for many of us, but you are a cardinal sign, so you do have the capacity to put things into action. You're also an air sign, so you like to think things through. So those two together work very, very well. On the personal side with these trines, it means that something can, if you're looking for love, it's an area of your chart where love affairs can, you know, step in and can take shape. You can meet someone. And we've got Mars in your area of soul, and quite a few trines between Mars and the Sun, and Venus and Mercury all in your sign as well. So here, putting all this together, even though there's opportunities for work and connections for both work and personal and particularly love, then with that Mars energy, you want to be careful of like rushing forward. Like, don't give the keys to your heart away. Don't, you know, say yes on the first part of the negotiation. So with business, you want to sort of ask the next question, even if that question is that the best deal that you can do for me? And with love, you want to just make sure that that's what you want. You know, that old saying, well, not that old, but be careful of what you wish for. So firstly, you want to make sure, you know, what you want for yourself, for your life. And then you want to make sure that's what you're putting out. And because, you know, I mean, there's that other old saying, if you keep doing the same thing, then guess what, you're going to get and attract the same thing. And this also goes for you know, people in your life and relationships. So this is a great time to sort of think about that. And then later on in the month, the Sun, Venus, and Mercury are going to move to your next sign, which is your monetary zone. Now, this area is, yes, it is about money, but it is also about your self-worth. So this area can sort of say, okay, so that's what you feel you're worthy of. So that's what we're going to send you. This is what you'll receive. So if you want to receive more, you need to open up more to do that and feel worthy and believe that you are enough. You are worthy. Okay. So there's like that makes that a good time for some inner development work. You might like to go ahead and listen to my podcast, which is on YouTube, because I'm doing visual for YouTube. Audio you can pick up on jenniferancher.com, but empower your day. And that's a really good way just to step into your day and feel better about yourself, your day, and what you're doing. Okay, because that's when it starts, when you wake up, you know. So if you can change that when you wake up, then everything else can change, you know, moving forward. And the last thing I'm just going to finish with here, there's a lot going on, but, you know, I like to keep my, you know, reports not too long. So I'm just going to finish up with the new moon at the end of the month. It's actually an eclipse. It's a partial eclipse. It's a, you know, solar partial eclipse. It's still added oomph, you know, added power. And this is also in that area, your monetary area, and this area of self-worth. So that does, if you do the work, then that does indicate that it, you know, it opens up for you, like opportunities open up for you. So that's a good news. All right. I hope something amazing happens for you this month, and things come together. And there we go. I'm just having trouble getting my mouse going. So we are still in Mercury retrograde. So, so thanks for watching, and please go ahead and subscribe, and also, you know, if you can share as well, that would be great. And just bear with me while